Hey guys, this is Jason, week 8 with the Junkie Jays, and we're going to tell you about the abuse of statistics.
Statistics can be abused in many ways. One of the many ways is distorted percentages. Distorted percentages are used as a way for a producer to enhance the consumption of their product from customers. A distorted percentage is a false number used to advertise the quality of one's product in a manipulative manner. An example of this would be a toothpaste company writes on their bottle saying that 90% of doctors recommend this Colgate toothpaste. What they didn't mention on their bottle is that when the doctors were surveyed, they were able to pick multiple brands of toothpaste, not just one. This means that other toothpaste brands such as Crest, Sensodyne, and Arm & Hammer could also have a 90% recommendation from the doctors. Another way statistics can be abused is through the use of misleading graphs. An example of a misleading graph could be a graph that has statistics showing the unemployment rate. They can manipulate the audience by misplotting a few points to exaggerate a decline when in fact there isn't really a decline. For instance, all the numbers are super close to 9%, but due to the way the graph is made, an 8.8% unemployment rate can look way lower than 9% unemployment rate. This can affect people's decision and mindset by having them believe that in November, when Obama was elected, the unemployment rate dropped dramatically, but in reality it was a slight change and was consistent with the rates for every other month that year. This news channel might be using this method to get other people to believe what they believe, that Obama will lower unemployment rates.
Bad samples are common in all statistical testings, which creates an inaccurate or false result compared to what reality believes in. Bad samples is basically just gathering data from biased areas, which leads to an imprecise statistical outcome. An example of a bad sample would be taking data on students' opinions regarding President Donald Trump at UC Berkeley or even University of San Francisco. You may get some sprinkles of different views, but for the most part, nearly all the students will have the same view, which creates an unreliable test. The reason I would specifically go to these liberal schools is if my opinions were the same as the students regarding Trump. This would allow me to publish percentages that can persuade people who are in the intermediate from the middle to the left.
Go.
Small samples are as basic as just having too small of an experimental group. 30 or less valid persons for an experimental group would be considered a small sample. Small samples may distort reality's perception because the information being taken from these smaller groups could be nearly the same, which also could relate to a bad sample. For example, if I gathered a group of 10 senior San Clemente High School students and asked them their opinions on an easier route up to Freshman Hill, I would not receive a complete and thorough response to accurately represent all San Clemente High School students for their opinions. The reason I would ask only seniors if they want the Freshman Hill to be easier, the outcome of the seniors would most likely be no, because they want them to suffer as we did at one point. The abuse of statistics can be very impactful to all the audience's views. Most people who see statistical data may not even think twice where the data came from. Without anyone checking up on the data, like who or where they were published from, the publisher can get away with all these wrong examples, making it easy to manipulate these people. I'm going to avoid people using wrong statistics on me by researching everything I look at and gathering questions for the researcher.
1.
Another example is deliberate distortion. Deliberate distortion is direct deceitfulness from the author. It's a manipulative tactic from the author to only give the readers information that he wants them to hear. He could leave out vital information that would dramatically affect people's decision over whatever the controversy is about. An example of this would be a dentist saying that he/she has over 500 happy customers, but what they're leaving out is that there's over 400 customers who are not satisfied with the business.